Well, hello, Kittywinks. Today, I'm going to broach one of those taboo subjects that everybody always says you shouldn't talk about. And it's not religion, it's the other one. It's politics. Politics. And I'm not talking about a parrot that swallowed a watch. No. I'm talking about our good old UK coalition government, which basically seem to have their raison d'etre at the moment is to see, let's see how many ways we can just fuck over the, I was going to say the poorest people in society. Not quite the poorest people in society, because let's be honest, if you're homeless and living on the street, actually if you're homeless and living on the street, you might be fucking better off, because at least they can't tax you for fucking bedrooms that you're not using. But not quite the lowest level of society. Maybe the next level up, those who have to claim benefits to survive, those who for whatever reason, especially in this shitty economic climate, which is not exactly providing jobs for people, if you live in a particular unemployment black spot and it's hard to find a job and you're kind of relying on benefits to help you survive, the government seem to want to put a steel toe cap boot on and kick the fuck out of you every single opportunity they get. And it's fine for fucking Mr. Mighty George Osborne, Chancellor of the Exchequer, to say shit like, we're all in this together and we need austerity measures and we need to tighten our belts and hey, we all feel the pain. From his fucking ivory tower, multi-millionaire George Osborne, who isn't worrying about, do I have enough electricity to last me the next week? Is my gas going to run out? Fuck, do I have enough food in? He doesn't have any of this shit to worry about. So it's fine for him to be slashing this and putting that price up and putting the other price up and slashing that and putting more tax on this, that and the other. He doesn't feel the fucking pinch. But no. Now, when it comes to politics, see, I live in a very, very Labour stronghold, which for those outside of the UK, Labour in the UK would probably be equivalent to the Democrats in the U of S, and the Conservatives would be very similar to the Republicans. Now, I'm not religious in any way, and I've always lent more towards the Conservatives, but I know that the Republicans have a very sort of religious right type of image in the US, I believe. I don't know. I'm not religious in any way. I just, all my life, probably because I live in such a strong Labour stronghold area, and it's been hammered into you from birth, you know, Labour, 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 support Labour, I kind of rebelled and went, fuck off, I'm going to be Conservative. They've never actually done anything for me. I did in the 1992 general election do a lot of work for them, but that's besides the point. However, I can't help but feel, maybe since growing up I quite liked Margaret Thatcher. I always quite admired her shit. She never took any shit. I don't know. But God, I've got such a fucking itchy nose. This is how irritated it's making me. Your fucking nose is itchy. Anyway, yes, the Conservative coalition government, the government we have currently, because they're all as bad as each other. We had an election in 2010. We couldn't decide who we wanted, so we got the option that nobody wanted. We got the Conservatives with the Lib Dems fucking crowbarred in, and then the Lib Dems basically got a sniff of power and turned their backs on everybody and every election promise that they'd made, like most politicians do. They lied to get into fucking power, and they've had a sniff of power, and the people have now turned against them. But that's besides the point, kind of, sort of. What is pissing me off about them, particularly more so at the moment, is, well, I started off with the bedroom tax. For those of you that don't know, the bedroom tax is a marvellous invention from our wonderful coalition government, where those that are deemed to have excessive bedrooms, I think it said excessive bedrooms, let's have a look, see. The bedroom tax, what was the actual phrase they used? Oh fuck, I can't find it now. Spare rooms, basically. Anybody that has a house and has a room they're not using and you receive benefits, you're going to get your housing benefit cut. If you have one room that you're not using in your house, supposing you're a family and you have two people that live together and have one bedroom, and you have one kid who has another bedroom, but you live in a 3-bedroom house, your benefit is going to be cut by around 14% because you have a room you're not using. If you have 2 rooms you're not using, you're going to be losing. Hey, I'm a poet, I don't know it. I do know it. You're going to be losing around 25% of your housing benefit, which is just fucking wrong. So already you're living in a house that you're having to rent off the council, which have exorbitant fucking rents for the state the houses are in, and then if you happen to live in a house that has too many bedrooms, your housing benefits being slashed, making you therefore slightly worse off. You're already just above the fucking breadline, struggling to survive, and the government think it's a really good idea to cut the little help that you do get from them, meaning you've got to pay more out. It's wrong. It's just wrong on many, many, many levels. Especially when you consider a couple of other things. There aren't enough 1 and 2 bedroom houses. It's not like you could say, well, I'm living in a 3 bedroom house, I don't need that spare room, let's move out, I could move into a 2 bedroom house and somebody could have this one. There aren't enough 1 bedroom and 2 bedroom houses in the UK. There just are not empty. So it's not like everybody could just move. It's a fucking magic trick. It's a con artist. They're saying, you know, they're giving the illusion that everybody should move, but they know fine well there's not the housing stock to enable to do it. It's a way of raising money to cut the fucking deficit and all that bollocks by hitting the poorest people in society. Anybody that's fucking rich and well off, or MPs with 2nd and 3rd houses, and they get fucking 2nd and 3rd housing allowances, they get money for having 2nd and 3rd houses, which stand empty, nobody living in them, so all the fucking rooms are empty, but they don't get hit with the bedroom tax. Just the fucking poor people, which is wrong. So then what other amazing fucking amazeballs idea do the government have? Well, let's totally revamp the whole benefit system and scrap this shit and scrap that shit and scrap the other, and we'll have a universal credit. When it comes to benefits, one size does not fit all. There's different fucking benefits because people have different situations. But this amazing coalition government in their mind-blowing fucking visionary tactics seem to think that universal credit, one size fits all, everybody will get one credit and it's great. And part of that, here's the fucking bright idea, part of it is what they think, instead of the government paying your housing benefit directly to your landlord, your local authority, your council, your housing authority, whatever it may be, they're going to give you the money into your bank account so you can pay your rent directly. Wow. I mean, that doesn't have fucking epic fail written all over it, does it? You want proof? They've already rolled this out, and I think it was 5 test areas in the UK to see how well it worked. It's been running for around 7 months now. So for 7 months in 5 test areas, instead of the government paying the money directly to your landlord, they've put it in your account and left it up to you. Now here's the thing. When you're surviving on very little, and you're living in austerity Britain, where everything's going up, VAT increased a couple of years ago to fucking 20% on everything, and petrol prices are going up. Because the petrol prices are going up, that means food prices are going up in the supermarkets, and bus fares are going up, so because petrol prices are going up, taxi fares go up, everything's going up, but nobody's getting more money, and you have less money to pay out because the fucking bedroom tax. So what do they decide to do? We'll give you into your account 300, 400, 500 quid and trust you to pay that to your landlord. Now, if you're faced with a choice of, do I have heating this month? Do I have electric this month? Do I buy food to eat to fucking survive this month? Or do I pay my rent? What option do you fucking think people are doing? They're using the fucking rent money to live. Because they have to, they have no other option. And in the test areas, the rent arrears has increased 7-fold. And the government are going, well, it's a bit fucking strange. How did that happen? Why is all this rent arrears increased? So the next thing is, people are actually going to be losing their homes and become intentionally homeless. Not intentionally homeless, become homeless, I suppose you could argue intentionally, because they've had to use their rent to live. That's wrong! On so many fucking levels. And all I can assume is the government's idea is this. Right. Too many people are living in homes that have spare bedrooms. That's not good. We don't have enough homes with the number of bedrooms required for the people to shift them around. But if we increase the amount of money they have to pay, give them the money knowing they won't pay it, they get in arrears with their rent, they get thrown out of their house. That'll free up houses, and we don't have to worry about other people because they'll be on the street, they'll be homeless, they'll die. That's all I can think of. They want to fucking kill the population. What else could it be? I can't figure the fucking logic in it. It's so many fucking levels of fucked up, this government. And that's not the only thing. They're doing it everywhere. But, again, George Osborne, the fucking budget's coming up in a couple of weeks' time. The spring budget. And what's he going to do? You can guarantee the one fucking pleasure probably poor people, maybe, I say poor people, I count myself in that, I'm not slagging people off. I live on benefits because I can't work. They're going to fucking try and make me work, but with all the health problems, we'll see how that goes. Anyway, that's beside the point as well. They constantly keep targeting the poorest people in society. They just do. They're going to put all the prices up of everything we have to survive on, and they'll give tax breaks to all their big rich buddies living in their fucking ivory towers with multi-millions. They'll get the tax breaks, and the fucking poor, or the hard-working families, people who are working, who are just above the breadline, which are a lot of people. In David Cameron's own fucking constituency, food banks are booming because people who are working cannot afford to buy food and pay their bills. And that's in Oxfordshire, which is generally classed as one of the better off parts of the fucking country. So it's affecting everybody. I get it, working families as well. But the uber fucking rich, which is the same problem I know is happening in America, where 1% or less than 1% of the fucking country have 99% of the country's wealth. It's a very similar situation in the UK, and it's wrong. It's fucked up. I don't believe in income redistribution, but I think a country society should take care of its worse off people. It's truly, that's just fundamental. So basically, they're making cuts. The government, they're making cuts. Here's a statistic that my wife read yesterday. Ready for this? In Durham, which is the county where I live, the average cuts per person for spending from the government and the local authorities is around £160 per person. In Windsor and Maidenhead, down south, better off areas of the country where the richies live, it's £35 per person, the average cuts. So the poorer part of the country is being hit with the largest fucking cuts in services. All the local governments can't afford. They're having to slash spending. The hospitals and libraries are having to close, and concert venues. The City Hall at Newcastle was under threat of closure. The prices at the Theatre Royal in Newcastle are going to have to fucking skyrocket up because the cuts that the government are imposing are so big on the poorer areas and places up north that they don't give a shit about, and everywhere without fail, conservative fucking constituencies down south are all having much smaller cuts. Where's the fucking fairness in that? Now, as I said at the beginning of this fucking rant, I've sort of grown up supporting the Conservatives pretty much, which might get me hated by people. I don't care. Bring it on. I'm not a fucking mindless sheep that just voted Labour because my parents did and because society deemed I had to. Fuck you, I rebel against shit like that. When it was no smoking month in November last year, what did I do? I started smoking for the month of November. You're not going to fucking dictate to me what to do. Same with policies, and just because it's a Labour area, I'm not going to vote Labour. But I can't help but feel that this coalition bollocks, they're just stabbing everybody at the lower end of the scale. They're just stabbing everybody in the back. And to honest to God, I don't advocate violence or civil war, but something has to be fucking done. It cannot continue like this. We don't have another election in this country for another 2 years. 2015 before the next election, before we can get rid of the fuckers. But what's the alternative? The Labour government? It's the Labour government that we had with Tony Blair and fucking Gordon Brown that got us in a lot of this shit in the first place. And what's his face that sounds like a fucker from Wallace and Gromit that runs the Labour Party? He's got no better ideas. So when it comes to 2015, we're faced with more of the same and things getting worse, or Mr. fucking no personality Wallace and Gromit sounding motherfucker that has no new ideas. What? I often say I weep for the future, but fuck, I cannot see an end to this and how it's going to get any better. They're putting the screws to people that shouldn't be getting the screws put to them, and it's wrong. It's wrong on so many motherfucking levels. It really is. And the problem is, I know a lot of people aren't even going to watch this. Most of you have probably fucking switched off by this point and not got to the end. Wouldn't surprise me. Because people just are disengaged. They're not interested. It's shit that affects them. Most people don't vote. And then they bitch about the fucking government we get. Well, if you wanted a choice, but that's... I always say you're not allowed to complain about the government or your politicians if you don't vote. But if you do vote, you're really not changing anything because everyone's the same. They're just different shades of the same shit. And I don't know where we're going. I can't see how it's going to get any better. I can't see a fucking end to it. If anybody has any ideas, if anybody thinks I'm wrong, comment below on Facebook, on YouTube, wherever. I don't mind. I'd love to hear your ideas. I always used to joke, hey, I should run for Prime Minister. I'd sort this shit out. I probably would actually. I have ideas. But most of them wouldn't be legal. But, you know, there you go. I needed to get all that off my chest. The more I hear it on the news and read about it, it just seems like the lunatics have taken over the asylum. They really fucking have. It's okay for big shiny fucking forehead Dave, who just bullshits all the time, to think he's doing a good job, and he isn't. None of them are. We're going to hell in a handbasket, people, and I don't see an end to it. Leave me a comment. We'll have a bit of a back and forth, but not so much back and forth for me this time, because I genuinely have no idea. I have no clue. All I see in the future is just 1929 Great Depression era shit around the corner. I really do. So, yes, there you go. A nice cheery note to end on, huh? So until next time, this is the Miserable Brit saying go away, fuck you, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.